Hey guys, I am here today with Aidan Wilder with South Carolina Gutters, and he has worked previously for a lot of my clients, editing their gutters, adding gutters. So tell us a little bit about what makes South Carolina Gutters different. Tell us about you.
Okay, yeah, so I think the number one thing that separates us, Taylor, is our customer service. I hear all the time throughout the Lowcountry, you know, if you show up on time, you do good work, and you communicate well, then you're going to do really great here. And that's really rang true for me. And to me, that sounds like the bare minimum. I come from a quality background in general contracting, and so quality, customer service, dealing with clients, and making sure I'm building relationships and being someone they can trust is kind of where I stand with it all. One of the most important things to us as a company, and I think that separates us a good bit. And then just on the labor and installation side, I'd say our attention to detail. Again, my quality background makes me very nitpicky, which I think some of my installers don't love, but it's just kind of what's in my DNA and how I've came up in business. And you know, our background is, we're kind of a Christian background. Everybody who works for the company is Christian, and we always know, you know, somebody's watching. Even if the customer's not watching, you know, we have that presence to make sure we're doing a good job and doing right by our customers.
Yeah, I love that. And we talked a little bit ago about your entire background, and I can vouch for him how detailed throughout all of your work experience has been. So I think that's why our clients love you and the work that y'all do. And the fact that you answer your phone. I mean, in the Lowcountry, that is number one. As long as someone can communicate well, game on.
Yes, ma'am.
So we talked about your strengths, how good, you know, you are at all of those things, but what challenges are you finding?
Yes. So as a new business, we started about a year and a half ago, really got busy about a year ago, and the challenges have changed. So starting up, it was bringing business in. As a new business, people don't know you, don't have a whole lot of resources. I started from scratch, just kind of had my truck, threw a ladder rack on there, some ladders, but I knew where I wanted to be. And so faith is a big portion of it, you know, making sure that you trust yourself to follow through with the goals you have. And then from an income side, not having a whole lot of income starting out, and kind of scraping and scrapping and figuring it out. So from knocking doors to getting started and not having a lot of business and stressing, you know, financially about getting everything going and looking like these established companies that are out there, because that's always our goal, is to you know, really establish ourselves. So that was early on. At this point, we've just thanks to BNI, the group that I'm in that helps you know, bring my business up, pass us referrals, folks like you who've helped us out a ton. We've gotten to a place now where I'm on the other end of it, and I'm at a point where I probably need to grow a little bit. And so those challenges, when do I make the next big purchase, like a new machine or a new trailer or another truck, hiring people, learning about payroll taxes, all the things that go into a business that are additional costs, and just I'm kind of being forced to grow right now to keep up with the demand, which is it's a great place to be. Not something to complain about, which I'm shifting my mindset on. It's something I prayed about, hoped for. Now it's here, so how are we going to attack it? I think those are the biggest challenges right now.
Okay, understood. So talking with clients on how to get gutters, what should they be looking for when hiring you in your company? Because a lot of people get more than one quote, right? So what are some questions they should be asking?
First off, on that, I would always encourage people to get multiple quotes.
Okay.
So that's, I think there's some companies, some bigger companies out there, national companies, it's very pressury. They want to sell on the spot. A lot of times they start high on pricing. So encourage everyone, just get several quotes. I wouldn't say we're the cheapest company around. Our quality and the relationship and knowing things are going to get done well, and if you have any issues, we will come back to correct them, I think goes a long way.
Because it's your company, right? If someone needs something, they're calling you.
Correct. Yeah. Right now, I'm the point of contact for everything. Wearing a lot of hats. So from initial call to install to getting the check at the end of the job, you're going to be dealing with the owner, and I appreciate that right now. But what to look for? Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah. No, that's great.
So what to look for when you're considering gutters? So exterior wise, looking at your fascia boards, which are on the eaves of the home, where your roof drains. A lot of times from wind, or even just not having a whole lot of overhang on the shingles, you'll get some water that blows onto the fascia boards up top. So you get some rotting there if you start seeing water damage there. Around windows, again, with wind-driven rain, windows can get impacted quite a bit. And then siding issues, which brings me down to the drip line. So the drip line is where the water hits the ground from the roof.
Okay.
A lot of times you'll see splashback on the home, and that can cause water damage on the lower side of the home, and then to the foundation. That's the biggest thing in gutters, is protect your foundation of your home. Kind of a hard thing to tell sometimes if it's being impacted, but if you see that drip line and you're starting to see some erosion there, landscaping missing, you might start having some issues with saturation around the home. And then from inside the home, some things that you can look at are like tiles popping, anything that might be shifting, pillars that might be shifting. So some good things to look for. And then overall, if you just don't have a whole lot of overhang on the home, so if your roof is draining a foot, 2 foot away from the side from your siding, that's always a good time to kind of look at getting gutters.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Because in the Lowcountry, not everyone gets gutters on new construction. A lot of the resales that people buy. Like, I'm from Illinois, and it's mandatory. Like, you always have gutters.
Yeah.
In South Carolina, even to Georgia, a lot of people don't have gutters. So
that's a good point. So from what I understand, it's because gutters aren't in the code, in building codes.
Okay.
So you can get away with selling a home without having gutters on it. I think it's one less thing for contractors to have to worry about.
Right.
But a lot of times that puts it on the homeowner once they move in. They start seeing the effects of not having it. And so, just because it's not code in the state doesn't mean it's not important. And so some people really understand it. They come from other areas. They're like, what's going on here? I need some gutters. Some folks are totally non-believers in it and say, it's a hoax. But, I've seen enough, and I've seen enough damage to the home that I think it justifies the cost of getting gutters. It's in comparison to other construction on the home, it's not super significant. But I think as far as saving yourself money down the line on repairs, cleanings, that's another big one, having to clean siding and stuff like that. I think in the long run it's a great investment.
Yeah, I agree. So if you are getting new construction or resale, or maybe have lived in your home for 10 years and are realizing that some of the things that he's talking about with foundation or landscaping is happening on your property, call Aidan. He's going to put in gutters for you. He's going to give you that quote, talk to you in person about what's going on in your home. So I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Aidan Wilder with South Carolina Gutters. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. You've been such a big help. I appreciate it.
Yeah,